Once a daddy brought a refrigerator box home for his little girl to play with. He set it outside under the big tree in the nice soft grass and the sunshine. He showed her the box and she was very happy. It was very big and smooth and brown, and had flaps that opened like a little door. Inside it was very dark and cozy. She felt very small and she crawled into it. Her mommy gave her some pens and a butter knife, because her mommy was an artist too. And carefully, the girl sought out some windows that led in the sky. She pulled in a big piece of fuzzy carpet for the floor and used some pillows for chairs. She drew some pretty flowers on the outside.
Her finished box house was very magical and fun to play in. She played all day in the big box until it was time to eat. Her mommy called for her once it was dark and the first stars came out. The little girl still wanted to play outside, but a big cloud was hanging in the sky, so she went inside. After dinner, she went to bed, but she couldn't fall asleep. She couldn't wait to play in the morning. But after a while, she finally fell asleep and dreamed about playing all night. She woke up the next day and ate a waffle with berries and went outside at last. It was raining. Oh my goodness, the big cloud was dumping rain all over her house. It was sagging and soggy. It was ruined. The little girl was very sad and very, very mad at the cloud. The little girl started to cry. But then her daddy came outside. He explained that clouds just did that sometimes and that it was okay. He gave her a big hug and she felt better, and the rain moved away over the mountains. Everyone ate some spaghetti with meatballs for lunch and she felt much better. She liked spaghetti with meatballs. The girl used her fork to build a box house out of noodles on her plate, which her mommy thought was quite nice. And she ate her last meatball. But she promised that she would never forget her big box house. And so she didn't. The end.
You ready?
Yeah, I guess so.
Which one of the lights? Turn them on. Can't see.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So I'm going to tell you a story about when I was 14.
15.
Yeah, well, who's telling the story, you or me?
I guess you are.
Like I said, I was 14. I'm 37 now, and I might be mistaken for a big man. You might even think that I played football in high school. But when I was 14, I was kind of small, frail.
See, this is me. I was choir 4 years, honor choir 2, band 4, drama 2, German 1, music and May 1.
Yeah, that's me. See, when I was in high school, I was 5'10" and weighed 130 pounds. Graduated from high school, went to the Army. I'm 6'1", I weigh 200 pounds. Not very small anymore. This is a story about the winter concert, which I was in the band with a fellow named Kent Willett. We had to go back to the band room to pick up something. I forget what it was.
I think it was drumsticks.
Yeah, drumsticks. Anyway, we're outside, and it was wintertime, being the winter formal concert. And Kent was going into the band room. And as he's going into the band room, he opens the door. And you know that crack between the door and a wall when you open it? It was open about that wide.
To set this up a little more for you, this is Kent Willett. He was FFA 4, FFA President 1, FFA Secretary 1, Band President 1, Freshman Vice President, FBLA 3, FBLA Parliament, National Honor Society for 3 years, Sophomore President, Wrestling Manager for 3 years, Track Manager, Football Manager, Student Body Business Manager, Football 1, and Student Body Vice President.
Well, you know, there's actually a funny story about Kent Willett and his sister. It seemed to me like they were genetic oddities. They got the same body, but it was switched up. What I mean to say is that Kent's torso was really long, and his legs were really short. And Kent's sister, Shelley, her torso was really short, but her legs were really long. She had a nickname. We called her Bird.
Why don't you get back to the story? We don't have all night, Sean. You're standing outside the band room, man.
Yeah, I'm standing outside, and the door's open and crack, right? So I reached down into the snow and pack a snowball and throw it. Well, it didn't work out the way I thought it was going to work out. I thought it was going to hit the glass, but it hit Kent Willett square in the face. I really meant to just hit the door. I meant to hit the door. I didn't really have any intention.
You mean the square in the face part?
Yeah, the square in the face part. Anyway, it made Kent a little bit angry, and he began to chase me like an enraged bull. I ran for 3 blocks before Kent Willett decided to stop chasing me in my formal clothes, getting ready to go to a formal concert. Well, I snuck back into the auditorium and started playing the saxophone. I don't really think Kent was my friend again after that.
So, why did you run?
I mean, when you think about it, when you get to see somebody with that murderous look, I've always had this really uncanny ability that every time I threw a snowball, someone got hit in the face. And I don't know why, I never did it intentionally, but I just seem to have this talent. So I quit throwing snowballs at people.
So, while I pack another snowball, why don't you all count to 3? 1. Ready?
Thank you.